All right, hey guys, OFD checking in here on Super Bowl Sunday, and today we have the Seiko SBDC097. You guys can see the hang tag there. I did an unboxing of this watch just a couple of weeks ago. Been wearing it on the wrist, and I really love this watch. Not the first Sumo I've had in the collection, guys. I had the dark green one a couple years back with the yellow second hand. Really liked that. I called that one the Green Dragon, but this one is super sweet. This is the Anthracite Sumo, like I said, the SBDC097. This is a newer model. I do believe these just came out last year in 2020, but really great watch. Overall, a complete Sumo case and everything like that. Really the biggest difference is the colorway, the crystal, and the movement they're using in this watch. So let's talk specs really quick and get those out of the way. Now, if you guys know Seiko Sumo watches, they're big. These measure over 44 millimeters. I measure closer to 45 millimeters from side to side on the case. 52 lug tip to lug tip, so it's a big watch in that manner. Comes in at a very svelte 13 millimeters actually for a watch of that size. And one thing I want you to notice while I have it to the side here, and especially with this crafter blue strap on it, is look at the curvature of that case. Yes, it's a long watch, it's a big watch, but for even smaller wrists than my 7-inch wrist, this watch tends to wrap around the wrist very well. They have a 20 millimeter lug opening on these watches. Now, you guys can see I have already put this on this crafter blue strap. Very well-made rubber straps from Crafter Blue. One of you guys mentioned to me in the unboxing video, I need to pick up the orange one, and you're right, I do, but they've been sold out over at the Crafter Blue website. I do have the bracelet down here in the background, and I'll get that up here towards the end of the video and show you guys the bracelet on the watch. But really what I wanted to talk about is this dial. This anthracite color is just absolutely beautiful. Love the way it looks. Everything else on the watch is all Seiko, pure Seiko. These do have applied indices on the watches all the way around with polishing on them. The date window over here at the 3 o'clock position, you can see automatic divers, the Prospex logo there, and Seiko painted on the dial. Clean sweep of that second hand, which is not done in a nice bright orange color to really make it pop on the dial. These watches are running the newer 6R35 movement from Seiko. Still, it's a 24 jewel movement. It's an upgrade from the 6R15, the biggest upgrade really being that it has 70 hours of power reserve, up from 50 on the 6R15. So that's one of the biggest difference. I've now had 3 watches with this movement in them. Actually, I'm wearing today on the wrist, I'm wearing the Willard reissue, which is a great watch, love it. Both this watch and the Willard run 5 to 10 seconds fast a day. That's where they're kind of running right now. I don't wear either of them a whole lot, so I really feel like they kind of need some more break-in time. My Alpinist, the newest Alpinist that I have with the 6R35 movement, it's amazing. It runs almost flat zero. So 2 of them are running a little bit fast every day, and 1 of them is running pretty much flat zero, which is pretty cool. So it's a good movement, and you get that 70 hours of power reserve that once you have it wound up, it really stays nice for a long time. Nice 120 click bezel on this watch, as you'd expect from a Seiko. Everything lines up on it pretty good. I don't really notice too much off on it. If you guys do, you know, I mean, we can always find something to complain about on a Seiko and its alignment, right? I mean, I think everybody does, but this is really a beautiful watch. In typical, Seiko fashion, the polishing on it is amazing. I mean, even in their, this wouldn't be considered a high-end watch, but I mean, they do come in right around that $800 mark, but the polishing is absolutely stunning. Look at that. Just beautifully done. This wouldn't be, I don't think, considered Zaratsu, but really it's very impressive. You have brushing on the top, comes along to this nice edge here, nice sharp polished edge all the way along the side there. No signing on the crown, but the crown is polished. It doesn't really have crown guards, but it's just slightly recessed into the case there, as you can see. Pierced lugs for super easy strap changes on the watch. Flip it over and let you guys check out the back of it here. Nothing you wouldn't expect from a Seiko. You've got that tsunami or Kanagawa wave there. Looks really cool. Seiko Watch Company Diver's Watch, 200 meters. Does let you know that they are using sapphire crystals now on these watches, which is a big deal for Seiko. Generally, Seiko's always used their proprietary, Hardlex crystal, which is a hardened mineral glass, but they're very great crystals. But now they've gone to their own in-house sapphire crystals, so just really nice. Now, this watch is super beautiful, looks great. We're going to get it on my wrist here in just a minute, but let me go ahead and bring the bracelet up here and show you guys the bracelet on the watch. Now, it's a typical Seiko bracelet. They've done really no improvements, and I haven't even sized this or anything. There's still plastic on it, but, no real improvements to the bracelets. They've still got the stamped clasp assembly on them. So, I like them. They're okay, but I tend to wear them on the rubber straps. I will tell you guys that I did order, and oh, and the inlinks are of course nice and solid, but I did order myself from Strapcode the other night. I ordered a Jubilee, a Super Jubilee. I think it's like the Angus Louis or something like that they call it. It's got all this long name for it, but it's a really, really beautiful looking Jubilee bracelet that I'm super excited to get on this watch. So guys, let's go ahead and get this watch on my 7-inch wrist and then stick around for that loom shot. All right, so here's the watch on my 7-inch wrist. Now, some people just can't do the Sumo because of the size of it, but you guys can see there how the watch is actually wrapping around my wrist. It doesn't hang over. You can see the sharp curve of these lugs. It actually wraps around and hugs the wrist. And at 13 millimeters, it wears incredibly well. If you guys have a 7-inch wrist, maybe even a 6 3/4-inch wrist, I think you can really pull off a Sumo all day long. I wear this watch, you know, since I got it, I've worn it pretty much nonstop. I've you know, put other things in the mix there, but this thing, they're super comfortable. It's funny, I was thinking about it yesterday. I was like, I could almost have like an entire collection of Sumo watches just because there's so many variations out there. This is, I think this would be considered the 3rd generation of Sumos, running the 6R35, sapphire crystal, just a lot of upgrades going on, all the new colorways that are available out there. I mean, it's really unlimited as far as the different colors available. And there's some of the collectible Sumos they've made over the years, and the purples and the, I mean, they're really, really fetching a high dollar compared to what they sold for. I don't know that this will ever be one of those models, but it's a great looking watch. It's not very often that you get this anthracite dial color, and it looks really, really nice. So let's dim the lights and check out that amazing loom we always get from Seiko watches. Okay, well, it's a Seiko that's been here under the studio lights, so no surprise that it was already glowing like a torch. But you know, this is Seiko's proprietary Lumibrite that they've had for years and years, and if anything, they just apply it thicker and thicker on their watches. But really, really nice piece, guys. I did do an unboxing. I'll put the link to the unboxing video down below. Got this watch from Nomon Watches. Really, really neat piece. You know, I like I said, I'm a big fan. Seiko's my favorite brand, I'll tell you guys that. And I think the Sumo is one, it's never going to go away. It's a very classic Seiko. Everyone loves it. And if you guys have never tried one out, I'd say give it a whirl. They're a really, really cool watch. So, all right, guys, if you like the video, give me a thumbs up down there. And if you've not subscribed to the OFD channel yet, please do. Please do. Thanks, guys.